we're picture perfect, so you're like candy. I'll be your girl, yeah, I'll be your baby. Picture perfect, barefoot beauty. You stole my heart just like in a movie. Got the key to me. Tell me I'm your darling.
Hey guys, alright, today is finally going to be Minnie's diet video. I know this has been a highly requested video for a very long time now to see the hamsters' diets, and I'd been putting it off because I previously wasn't completely happy with the diet that they had been getting, and I was changing. I was also in the process of possibly making my own diet, which I'm still in the works of doing and might eventually go to that, but it's a long process that I'm not completely happy with yet, and you kind of really have to have it perfect. But I am finally perfectly happy with the variety and mix that I'm feeding them. This is just a look at all the food I keep on the shelf under their cage, which is literally all the many aspects of their diet. But I am very happy with it. I've been feeding this particular mix that I've kind of come up with for several months now, so I'm finally happy enough with it that I can show it. And so I just decided today to go ahead and film that and show that to you guys. It's kind of a lot, which is another reason I hadn't been wanting to film it, is it can get pretty confusing. It's not confusing to me because I'm used to it, but it's a lot of different layers of it that I don't want it to come off too confusing. So yeah, and this is going to be Minnie's. This is not everybody's diet. Minnie kind of has a little bit different of a variety than everybody else. Stitch and Emma and Velvet all pretty much have the same diet plan. There's a little variation in it. But Minnie's is a little different because Stitch eats, like for example, like Stitch eats a whole lot quicker than Minnie, so I couldn't keep them on the same schedule. Like Stitch is a gremlin who eats food very quickly. She also likes mealworms and crickets, so those are a part of her diet, where Stitch, for whatever reason, does not like either of those. So he's kind of hard to get protein into him because he doesn't like the crickets and the mealworms. So as I said, that just means that they have different diet plans, and I'll be happy to show you Stitch's or Emma and Val's if you guys want to see, but today's is going to be Minnie's. So let's actually get into the video. Okay, so I thought I'd give you guys a glimpse of all of her food. This is just where I store it, and I recently decided to put labels on all of them. So it is a whole lot more sorted for me, and I'm loving it. As you can see, it's kind of hard with the lights to read the labels, but they're all different labels on them, and there are different colors for different kinds of things, like blue is food, pink is treats, and green are add-ins. And then I have buckets down here that have their treats in them and such. So yeah, this is just where I store her food and the many different jars it takes. So yeah, there that is. And if you guys wanted to see more of that, just let me know. But let's actually get into her actual diet. Okay, so here's her dish. But before we get started, I'm going to try to go over her calendar I keep. So I keep this particular calendar on the side of Minnie's cage. I used to keep track of what the hamsters ate on what days on a piece of paper, but I decided to go ahead and upgrade to a calendar this year and just hang this on the side of Minnie's cage. And what it does is it tracks what hamster eats what on what day. So this is just January because I didn't get this till the end of January, so I just went back and filled in Minnie for just a random week so you could see just Minnie and not have to be confused by all of the other hamsters, which can get a little confusing to the naked eye. But so Minnie, for example, is the color pink, so anything I write in pink is going to be what Minnie eats for that particular day. Then Stitch is a different color, and the girls are a different color. So, and then this color, purple, means it's something they all get on that day. So let's see if we can get a zoom in on it. Like, okay, so see, you can see Minnie has food in pink and then a V in purple, so that's going to mean that all the hamsters get vegetables that day, and so on. So, there that is. And protein, I will show you guys what that means. A forage mix, I'm going to show you guys that. A V, once again, is for protein, or veg. The V is once again for vegetables and protein. Food, protein, and TV, which is turkey bites. So all of this I'm going to go through with you guys and show you for her diet. If you guys want me to do a video on my food schedule for everybody and how I made it and all of that, I will be happy to do a video on that. But let's start first with her food mix. For the first part of her mix, she gets Higgins, which comes in this Higgins Sunburst bag. And what I do is I go ahead as soon as I buy the bag and I sort it into this container. I sort out the sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, and I do this so I can feed sunflower seeds by hand, and then the pumpkin seeds I sort out so I can give them as treats every week. And I also take out the little Higgins pellets that come with it. They're like little oblong pieces. And then you have the little round pieces. So I sort those out so I make sure that I have an exact count on what gets put in their dishes. I also go ahead and sort out what I call the little rabbit pellet pieces that are in it. I do this, it's just a personal for me. I don't think any hamsters eat these, honestly. No matter if your hamster's picky or not, they very unlikely eat these, no matter if you leave them in the dish or not. So what I went ahead and started doing is sorting them out, and it is a painstaking, awful process that I hate because it takes hours upon hours just because of how small they are and because it makes up a big huge chunk of the bag. This is about half a bag worth in here. So I try to get as much out as I possibly can, and I just do this because it started like throwing the weight off of their food. When I would feed them, there would be so much of this in there that they weren't eating, so it was just throwing it off for me. So that was just a personal preference for me to start pulling them out. So there that is, and then I am left with this, and then I just have a big scoop in here that I sometimes keep, and then a tablespoon that I use to sort. So I just try to mix it up to get a good variety, and then get a spoonful and put that in her bowl. For the next thing she gets is National Geographic, which is this bag, which you can get at PetSmart. I mix this together in its own container, that way it's separate from Higgins, and I pick out the ashberries and the bay leaves. I do this is just a particular for me. I did my research and I didn't really feel like they were really completely safe, but this is just my opinion, so I go ahead and I pull those out, and then the mix just looks like this. So what I do is I go ahead and I take a spoon of these, which is just a half teaspoon, and then I go ahead and I mix that in. Then for the next thing that goes in her food mix are just oxbows, and I have a little spoon in here, but I pretty rarely use it. I just grab one out, throw that in her dish. For the next thing she gets are little Harlem blocks, which I just keep in this little IKEA jar. But this is what they look like. And what I do is I take, they can sometimes be pretty big pieces, so I just take one, break it in half, and then put that in her dish. Then it comes time for the add-ins, and here are my little add-in jars. They are just flax seeds and oats. So what I do is I just take a little pinch of flax seeds. That's normally about 7. And then I take a little pinch of oats. Which are sometimes about like 4. Okay, after I've added the add-ins, the last thing I add in are the Higgin pieces, which are just the little oblong pieces and then the little round pieces. I take about 3 of the round pieces and sprinkle those in. And then I do 1 of the oblong pieces. So yeah, that is it for her food mix that she gets in her actual dish. Now I will go over some of the add-ins she gets through the week and treats and such. Okay, for protein, she gets a choice of mealworms or crickets. I feed these every other day, and I normally kind of like to vary it. Like one day she'll get mealworms, the next she'll get crickets, and so forth. So on days for mealworms, she will get about 2 to 4 worms. And then for crickets, she gets 1. And as I said, I do these every other day. And I personally love to do kind of a forage for these. What I do is I sprinkle them around the cage when she's sleeping or she's not really paying attention. I feel like it's more enjoyable for them to be able to find them, and it's really honestly fun to watch. So if you feed them in a dish, I would definitely recommend sprinkling them around their cage and watching them find them and dig for them, because it's a really cute process. So those are every other day. Another item she gets for protein are turkey bites. These are Pure Bites brand, and I absolutely adore giving these to my cats and hamsters. They love these. These are the turkey bite ones, which are the ones I currently feed the hamsters right now, but you can also do chicken bites. And these are really big pieces, so what I do is I just pull a piece off and I feed these once a week because they're like 80% protein, so this can be pretty fattening to feed as a major part of your diet all the time, unless that's what you've mixed into your diet. So I just feed a piece of these once a week. Alright, for the next part of her diet, she gets what I call a little forage mix once a week, and I just mix this up and keep it in this little jar. Some of the seeds that are included in these are barley, sesame seeds, rye berries, mung beans, white quinceaña, if that's how you say it, and hemp seeds. So these are just some of the seeds that I pick up and mix together. I normally put it in a dish or I sprinkle it around their cage so they can hunt for it. It just kind of depends, but it's a mix that they absolutely love eating. So there's that. Alright, now I will go over the treats. I'll start with sunflower seeds, which really aren't a treat. These are something I feed every day. I feed about 4 to 7 to Minnie, just depends kind of. Sometimes she gets more if she's getting her nails trimmed or she's out doing a photo shoot or something like that. She will get these, and of course sunflower seeds are her absolute favorite. Matter of fact, I recently went to a store and just bought them by bulk and put them in this jar, so we definitely have plenty of sunflower seeds for the next few months because Higgins has them in their mix, but typically I feed more than that mix has typically, and the last few bags I've gotten has a kind of several really tiny sunflower seeds in there, which are pretty pointless, so that's why. But anyways, so yeah, she gets sunflower seeds. She gets 1 pumpkin seed once a week. And as far as her calendar goes, when I feed things like treats, whether they are pumpkin seeds or peanuts or actual treats, I write these down when I feed them. They typically get whatever it is once a week, and I write it down, so I don't have a particular day they get that, because there might be a day where I really feel like feeding her a peanut or whatever, so I don't have that as a set date. So as soon as I do that, I just write it down. So that's what you'll see for the following items. So yeah, she gets 1 pumpkin seed once a week. Then she gets a peanut once a week, and these typically are varied through the week. It's not like she's going to get a pumpkin seed and a peanut on the same day. They're pretty scattered through the week. I also have shelled peanuts like this, and these are kind of a fun thing to put in their cage every once in a while, because I normally just kind of squeeze it a little bit so there's a hole made in it and they can smell it, and then they will work to get the peanut out. So that is a really fun foraging they can do, a boredom exercise. So sometimes instead of just feeding them the peanut, I give them one of these. The next thing she gets are Gerber Puffs, and these just come in like the jar as you see here. And these are the strawberry apple ones, which are these. She gets 1 to 2 of these a week in the strawberry. The blueberry I feed as a whole lot more of a rarity. They normally get 1 of these a month because I feel like they're a whole lot sweeter and less healthy than the strawberry apple ones. So there are those, and they all love eating these. The next treat I feed her are millet seeds, which are pretty hard to see with reflection. But it's just a branch of original, no flavored millet seeds. These are actually something that I don't have a set amount that they get per week for any of the hamsters, because it's kind of hard to set amount on how much they get of these. I feel like it's a natural part of their diet that I put in there. I don't consider these a really sweet treat, but I also don't feed these in abundance. So I just feed these just depending on the day. There are some days where they don't get any at all, and there are some days that they get a handful of crowns. If I'm doing something like a photo shoot, I normally reward them with these because it's something they can sit there and eat, and I feel like it's a little more rewarding than just giving them a sunflower seed. So as I said, it just kind of depends. There are some days that I just pull these out and sprinkle them around their cage, and then there's a couple days they might go without having any at all. So that's the only thing I really don't have a set diet on. Here are just a couple of the treat bags I feed on rarities. These are the Animal Lovins teddy bags, which look like little teddy bears. And these are the Purina apple flavored flips. Is that what they call them? Yeah, flip. Treats like these, they are pretty big, so I don't give these in abundance. I don't let them just sit and eat it till it's gone, just because they're dwarfs. So what I do is I put this in about once a week, and I just let them nibble on it. This is Stitches that he's had for a while. So yeah, I just leave it in their cage and let them snack on it, sometimes during the day, sometimes at night, so it gives them something to do if they get bored. But as I said, I don't leave it in there full time till it's gone just because of its size. These are just a look at some of the treats. I do have a couple other varieties that I feed sometimes. The other thing I feed Minnie, I guess, is considered a treat, or whimsies. They are a treat and a chew in one. And I leave these in her cage throughout the day for a couple hours every day till it is gone. And she gets one every 2 weeks, so, twice a month. And they're just, I'll get one open. They're just great natural chews that are healthy for them to chew on and help wear down their teeth, as well as being a treat. These are just a little look at the ones I have. And as I said, I just leave these in her cage and let her nibble on them. She kind of will chew on it until it's gone, so I only leave it in her cage for a few hours every day. Otherwise, she would just like wolf it down. The other hamsters will just nibble on it slowly, so I leave it in their cage. So the only thing left in her diet that she gets every week are veggies. For veggies, I feed them veggies once every 3 days, and this is just whatever I have on hand in the fridge already. Like right here is kale, which has become Minnie's favorite recently. But some other veggies that I feed them are bell peppers, broccoli, cabbage, carrots, lettuce, and spinach. And as I said, it's just kind of whatever we've kind of gotten at the grocery store lately, whatever's in the fridge. I like to change it up and not give them the same thing over and over again. But for the most part, kale and broccoli are their favorites. So yeah, guys, that was it for Minnie's diet that she gets every week. I really hope that wasn't too confusing. I know there are many aspects of things I feed her, and I was trying to make it sound pretty simple in this video, not get it too confusing. It makes sense to me because I do it, you know, every day. But yeah, I hope maybe that helps you guys out. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see Stitches or the girls' diets, definitely let me know and I can film that as well. If you want to see how I organize my stuff, like my jars and such, let me know and I will do a video on those as well. And her calendar, if you want to see how I made the calendar that I use for their schedule and what it looks like when all of them are on it, then yeah, let me know that as well. Or any other video ideas you guys want to see, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye! Look who just woke up, guys. She's so sleepy, but she just woke up and I thought I'd put her down and let her check out her food dish on the camera. You want to say hi? She's so sleepy. I just woke up. Okay, you want to check it out? There you go. She's like, I'm out of here. See, I'm freedom. I'm out of here. You want to check out your food dish? Okay. You say bye? You want to say bye-bye? You're just going to eat your seeds? Yeah. Alright, let's say bye-bye. You want to say bye-bye? Oh, let's get you focused. Oh, you're just going to say bye-bye. Say thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching what I eat. Yeah. Say bye.